Well, on that note, congratulations. How are you feeling besides being oiled up?
Well, I like to be lubed up sometimes, but I ain't with that Diddy stuff. But to be honest, though, man, I feel great. I feel alive. I'm happy to be back. This is my home, and I plan on showing that I'm here to stay.
Can you talk to me a little bit about that time off? What was going through your mind? How you were able to remain motivated?
It was the hardest time of my life, to be honest. Like, this is a quick sport, and people move on quick. So being out, I watch people move on, and I watch, I watch how fickle the fans were, and it made me closer to my wife. It made me closer to my son, and more importantly, it made me closer to God. It made me really get in tune with God, and I feel like I'm where I need to be now mentally.
Do you feel like you needed to go through that in order to like you said, to be where you are right now?
110% because I was fighting like, one dimensional before. Now I'm moving. Y'all will see. I cut angles. I'm moving. My stand up is on another level. My power is on another level, and my grappling is on another level. Like one step at a time, I'm gonna show that I'm not a prospect. I'm a contender.
There's a lot of talk about ring rust and if it's real or not. And clearly you showed it doesn't appear to be real, but was that a fear of yours going into it? Like, hey, am I going to feel normal? Is it going to feel different in there?
Of course, like you want to show yourself you still got it. But I got great coaches by me, like Coach Joe Diesel Riggs, and he's like a big brother to me. John Crouch, he's a great coach. Eric Mick, he got me mad. I always mess his last name up. But I had a lot of great people in my corner. And I would like to thank my sponsors that stuck by me, Barber Orthopedics, Jason Ferguson, freaking, Garden Gold mouthpieces. Like, man, I'm so grateful for the people that stuck in my corner while I was out.
Was there ever a moment during that time that you thought maybe I won't be able to make it back?
It felt like it when I got hurt again after getting ready to fight AJ. I'm like, God, like, why are you allowing me to get hurt? Like, everybody always was just looking at me as a laughing stock because I told everybody I would be a double champ on the show. And it's like I felt like God was cursing me for a second. But I realized, like, through that time I was out, a lot of people that I thought were my friends were actually fans. And I had like 8, 9, 10 people fall off of my circle. Because when the spotlight is not in your face, when the camera's not in your face, you realize that a lot of people disappear.
Was that a hard lesson?
It hurt me so bad. It ripped my heart out my chest when I realized people didn't love me. They love my career.
What did you think of your opponent? I know you weren't in there very long with him, but were there any surprises?
No. The main thing I would say, man, is I wanted to crack him. But I decided to grapple because he was so tall. I knew he wasn't going to be able to stop my takedown because he's so big, so tall. So I said, you know what, let me just take this fight down to the ground and make it easy. And that's what I did. I feel like I could have beat him on the feet as well. But, I'm a mixed martial artist, so I mixed it up tonight.
On the broadcast, Bisping, when you took him down, kind of seemed like, oh, that was the wrong move. When you were doing that, were you able to hear that kind of criticism? Did you know what?
Man, Bisping literally always does that. I don't know why. Like, everything I do is just untechnical and wrong. Like last time I got that choke on that guy, Josh, he was like, oh, man, it's good, but it's so super untechnical. Like, bro, was that untechnical? Because I literally just got the same choke in a row. It's called a standing arm in guillotine. It's a technique. And what I shot on him was an outside single leg, and I switched the single leg to a double leg. If he says that's not technical, then he doesn't know how to grapple. You know what I mean? Like, but I respect him. He's a former champion, and I look forward to becoming a champion myself one day.
To be fair, he did admit that he was wrong. I don't want to start a beef that's not there.
No, I would never, ever beef with a guy like Bisping. I respect him. I'm trying to follow his path. He became a champion. I didn't. I haven't done shit in this sport. So I respect the pioneers like him. And I do crave to get that respect from veterans like him. And I just got to keep showing my black ass up.
What's next? I mean? What's next for you? When would you like to fight again? I know after a long layoff, I imagine you want to fight
Honestly,
quick.
I got to get a nutritionist because I was in the damn sauna cutting weight, and I literally put ice in my pants because my balls actually were hot. Like, Derek Lewis is not a liar. Like, Once your balls is hot, your whole body's hot. So I put some ice on my balls, and I finished cutting that weight, and I made weight, and I feel freaking good, and I'm ready to get back in here. I would like to have the fight with Bo rebooked and fight him healthy, or I would like to fight somebody like Sarah Bullock or something like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You mentioned weight. Congrats on the win, by the way. Phenomenal.
Thank you, sir.
Are we staying at middleweight? Is that the plan?
Yes, I'm definitely staying at middleweight, but I have been thinking about going to welterweight as well once I get a nutritionist.
Man, that'd be an absolute monster if you could.
Man, I want to just – I got to be different, man. God blessed me to make it from the ghetto, so now that I'm here, I got to make the best of that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned earlier, I know you were joking about that, the oil and whatnot, but you were super slick in there.
Dude.
With that submission. Verdum knew he had Velasquez. You could see it in his face. I see it in your face. When did you know that second you're like, oh, this dude's neck is coming home with me?
Once I get that grip, man, like, y'all are going to see. Like, it's going to be a lot of people go to sleep with that. You know, I tapped out world champion jiu-jitsu people with that choke because it's deceptive. People think they can get out. They think they can fight the hands, but when it's locked in there, I know how to hold it. And if he would have not tapped, I would have pulled guard so he wouldn't have been able to get out of it. I would have trapped him in that choke. So he did the right thing by tapping before he went unconscious.
That's awesome, man, that you already were a couple steps ahead, mapping out the offense and defense.
It made me, like, that's why it's important to stay busy, because when I got in there, I realized what to do. I was like, okay, he's tall. He's reacting to everything I do. I realized when I shot on the dude, he's too tall to be able to sprawl and stop it. So that's why I shot.
This is a fantastic win, might even get you 50 racks, but how does 2025 look? You're back, you're healthy, what's going on? Give me kind of like a preview.
I just want to stay busy as
Sounds like
I just feel like y'all ain't seen me, man. Like I just want to stay as busy as possible and knock as many people unconscious as possible in the most respectful way I can. You know, that's what I want in 2025, and that's what I'm going to do.
Let's go. Congrats on the win. Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir.